Hi fishy folks, and happy Water Change Wednesday to you. Hope everyone is having a great week. I know I'm busy as heck at work. As a matter of fact, today is Wednesday and I have had to fly to Knoxville, Tennessee to look at a vehicle with some engineers, and yeah, maybe there will be a fish store tour. Maybe not. Anyway folks, in today's guppy-centric video, blue guppies. I have a couple strains of blue guppies in the fish room, and I just want to highlight some of them. Some of them are for sale, some of them will be for sale, and some of them are just plain awesome. So do me a favor, if you haven't done so already, you know the drill. Go ahead and obliterate that subscription button. Gently boop the notification bell. And check out my website, michaelsfishroom.com, where I am shipping. Go check it out, buy some fish, get them ready for all your spring auctions if you want to do that and breed them. And actually, best bet if you're going to do the fall auctions, buy them soon so you can breed them, grow them out, and make them more delicious than I sell them at. All right, snack and a beverage, stand by. All right, fishy folks, these are blue deltas that I got from my local fish store. I also got some in my wholesale order. You can see there's, I think, 3 drops, at least 2 drops, but maybe 3. You can see there's, you know, one that's like that size, about a drop about that size. Then you can see some more smaller ones like that. And then way in the middle, behind that Airline, like right there, is a smaller one. Oh, focused on my finger. Anyway, what I'm getting at is at least 2 drops, maybe even 3 drops in here. Now, I bought 4 very plump females from my local fish store. The first one dropped fry and passed. It happens. And then these 3 look like they're doing quite well. And this is the typical guppy breeding setup that I use. Lots of Java moss. Any kind of moss will do. Christmas moss. Anything where the fish can go in. The mama fish can go in, hide, drop her fry. The fry will chill out in there for a day or so while they get their surroundings and see and all that stuff. Eat off the moss, and then come out into the open. Hopefully the adult guppies don't eat them, because as we all know, guppy fry, tender and delicious. All right. We have some blue guppies in the mutt tanks. There's like a Japanese blue. These guys think I'm going to feed them, but you can see many different blue. There's a Japanese blue mutt. I don't know if you saw with the yellow tail with the polka dot. So this tank was a blue mutt tank. I put a bunch of blues in there and see what we get, and they're breeding and doing their thing. Nothing special so far, but let's move over down here. Walk in, we're walking. All right, here we have the Japanese blues. And these are a little bit of a smaller guppy, and they have most of them have a lower swordtail. Every now and again, you get one that pops with a dual swordtail, which is pretty cool. But the boys have a little red line, lateral line, maybe-ish, and then that blue dot for the most part as they get bigger. And these guys are pretty prolific. Just a little history here. I had these in the fish room. And I sold a bunch, and I sold some to a customer in Puerto Rico, and I'm not sure if he wants me to mention his name, so I'm not going to. But great guy, got the guppies, loved them, everything was good. I was pretty excited. They made it to Puerto Rico, no problem. And a couple months later, he said, "Hey Mike, I want to practice shipping. Can I ship you some of those Japanese blues back?" And I was like, for sure. And so he shipped me, I don't know, a trio and a bunch of fry, or a pair and a bunch of fry and juveniles. And a couple months later, here's how the colony's doing. It's in a 10-gallon. I'd like to put it in a bigger tank, but I don't have one right now that's open. So they're just doing their thing. Also the same breeding setup, a big sponge filter, and lots of moss places for them to hide. I think that's it for the Japanese blues. Very prolific, very hardy. The females are pretty bland, as most female guppies are, and the boys are the ones that look nice, and they're considerably smaller than the girls. Like you can see that full adult mama getting chased by the females because she is sexy. Woo! All right, I'm gonna shut the fan off. Stand by. All right, let's move down. No, we'll say those for last. Yeah, let's talk about these. These are the blue cobras. I got them from my local fish store, and they are spectacular. I've never seen them before, actually. I've heard about them and seen pictures, but I've never seen them in real life. So I think I bought 6, and last count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 adults, 3 trios. They were in quarantine, and now they're out of quarantine, obviously. My plan is to pull the males out, just let the females drop some fry. You can see there's already been at least 1 drop in here. And let the females drop fry, and then I'll drop a male. I'll put a male and a female together in another tank, so that we'll have a tank of babies in here and a tank of babies in another tank, and let those grow up separately. But you can see the stunning colors of the male. See him? I mean, he is spectacular. Beautiful. Look at him. One of my favorite fishes in the fish room so far, especially recently. Again, the same breeding setup, 20-gallon high, and lots of moss and a big sponge filter. Let's talk about feeding these guys. So, you know, I feed a wide variety of food. My favorite food is the Guppy Ultra Pellet from Cobalt Aquatics. I feed that at least once a day to every tank with guppies in it, and actually my platies, and the cribs get it. I mean, it's fantastic. It's small enough. It's less than 0.5. I think it's 0.3 to 0.5 millimeter, but it's small enough for them for even the juvenile guppies and bigger fry to eat. It slowly sinks, so it goes through the water column. It's fantastic. It's got great ingredients. I highly recommend Cobalt Ultra Guppy Pellet. I'm going to do a video on it, an individual video on it at some point, but you've heard me talk about it before. Go ahead over to Super Cichlids, use the promo code that's in the description. If you spend $40 at Super Cichlids on anything, using my promo code to shop, you get a free small jar of any Cobalt Ultra food they have, except for Smartemia. All right, more blue guppies in the fish room. We're gonna roll over here to these blue deltas. Now, these blue deltas are a little bit different than the ones I got from my fish room. They have a little bit of the red splotches, which I'm not a fan of. Now, I don't have boys in that other tank, but even the girls look a little bit different. They have a little bit more blue in the body. They both were called the same thing, so I'm going to double check with my local fish store what the wholesaler he bought them from actually called them. He might have called them blue deltas, and the wholesaler called them blue neons. So I'm going to double check what they were called and make sure they are a different strain, which I'm confident they are. But like I said, these are from the wholesale order. I bought 25 pair, and I lost, I think, 1 female, which isn't bad. For those of you that don't buy fish wholesale, sometimes conditions at wholesalers are a little stressful for the fish. Then they box them up, bag them up, box them up, and ship them, and it's stressful, and they can pass from the stress. In addition, females sometimes pass after giving birth, so just something to think about with wholesale orders. All right, fishy folks, there are some other guppies in the fish room that have blue in them. We're gonna walk down over here to the Red Dragon mosaics. You can see there's some blue in the body there. Not as well defined blue, but I love these guppies, and quite frankly, I just want an excuse to show them. So, all right, I'm gonna turn the fan on before I don't forget. Stand by. Oop, we're gonna go this way. I'm gonna let you look at the fishies. All right. I think that's it for blue gup. No, I'm lying. Jarawee Lazulis, baby. Now, these guys are the slowest growing fish I have ever seen. Some of these guys were born in November, and they're still not growing. That one, there's one male that's pretty much fully developed. He's got the little red line in him. He's got the dots in the tail. I have a bunch of these sold, and I thought for sure in March I'd be able to sell them if they were born in November. But guys, if you're waiting on these Jarawee Lazulis, here's real life, man. I'm not, you know, not pulling any fast ones on you guys. They're just slow growers. So, what else? Blue in the Fishem. I think that's it. I said that once, and then we hit the Jarawee Lazulis. But lots of blue mutts. Love the blue mutts. Yeah, that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the blue-centric guppy extravaganza. Don't forget to check out my fish room, michaelsfishroom.com. Buy some fish. Check out Teespring for a Cough Cough I'm Fine t-shirt or a Guppy Nation t-shirt. And everyone have a great hump day. Hi, fishy. Yeah. Do you remember the last video? I didn't learn. Me. That's better. Hi, fishy folks, and happy Water Change Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a great week so far. I know I'm busy as heck as work. And busy as heck as work? Busy. Maybe I should have coffee first. I love coffee. All right, take 3.